And just thank you, Ivana and Creative Switzerland, for having me here today and gathering all of these wonderful speakers and creative leaders to share their message. It's definitely an honor to be here. And I want to speak to you today about the power that in my life of resilience, transformation, and the profound impact of creativity on our lives. As Ivana said, my name is Lauren Dickinson, and I'm here to take you on a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and healing through creativity. Like many of you, my life has been a tapestry woven with threads of joy and sorrow, triumphs and tribulations. But amidst the highs and lows, there's always been one constant, unwavering belief in the power of creativity to illuminate the darkest corners of our souls and guide us towards a brighter future. Today, I'd like to share with you the profound insights I've gained through my own creative journey, a journey that has led me to understand that creativity isn't just about making pretty pictures or crafting beautiful words. It's a transformative force, a force that has the power to heal, to empower, and to ignite positive change in our lives and in the world around us. My creative journey started with realizing my passion and excitement for art in high school and getting accepted into art school. You can only imagine the excitement of a fledgling creative would feel when their art is acknowledged and received positively. I went and I thrived for the first part of school where I could create and make new creative friends and have the environment to dive deeply into my inner world of creativity and fantasy and imagination. Needless to say, I was thrilled to be there. For many reasons that have only made sense in retrospect, my year as an art student came abruptly to an end. Suddenly, my entire world had changed, and for many more reasons and major life events, I lost my creativity. Quite frankly, it was gone. I would pick up a brush now and then, or a palette knife, but for years I lost my passion and insatiable urge to always be creating, a part of my identity that I'd nurtured for such a long time in my youth. The adult me would say that that's what trauma can do to your brain when you get stuck in PTSD. And the present day healer in me and healed version of me would say that this unresolved trauma will keep you stuck until you deal with it. So there I was, stuck in trauma and not even knowing it. As I slowly gave up my dream of being an artist, I found myself strongly gravitating towards the healing arts. I spent the bulk of my 20s learning about nearly every modality under the sun in energy medicine and surrounding myself with the professional experience to know how to run my own business once I found just the right healing modality that would be the answer to both my healing and the healing that I wanted to help others with. At the core of our beings, we tend to give to others what we most need ourselves. Not until close to 15 years after art school and well into my 30s did something very magical happen. I had been in the healing field, being immersed in energy medicine and learning and practicing a new technique that promised to help balance the brain. I took to the scientific inquiry and challenge of proving the theories that when you balance the brain, you balance the body and activate total mind, body, and soul healing. And I took to it like a duck to water. I was in my element. When we're in stress or stuck in trauma, we consequently get stuck in fight or flight mode, which locks us into one side of the brain. Most people lock to the left side of the brain because we live in a very logical society. So the left side of the brain is where most of us get stuck. This inhibits the access to our right side of our brain, which is our creative side. Further, when we do get locked into the stress response, the trauma response, chronic trauma response, we get locked into our reptilian brain, which is all about survival and fight or flight again. And we lose access to our neocortex, which is the higher brain, where we access love, harmony, and actually our higher power, our higher selves, and our connection to the divine. So when we're constantly in this like stress response, we don't have access to all the things that make us like truly human and our potential. I had been carrying my old art school toolboxes with me everywhere that I lived in hopes and perhaps knowing that I would one day get back to my art. Something in my soul just wouldn't let me throw my old art school supplies away. And I can still remember the day very clearly. Had I not been healing my brain and doing all the healing energy medicine for years, the day that I picked up a palette knife and stretched an azure blue across an old canvas would have turned into nothing more than another futile attempt to reconnect to my latent creativity. What started with a blue background turned into layers of varying hues of blues and whites and reds. And I kept scraping the palette knife across the canvas in textured layers of vibrant color. Color, layer, color, repeat. And I was hooked. There was no objective, no technical skills needed, just pure, unabashed expression of color and abstracted emotions. Night after night, I would create and create and create. My soul rejoiced in its long-lost love for creating, color, and experimentation. All I needed to do was pour the colors of my soul onto the canvas through the filter of old and buried emotions. Art became a medium through which I could express my innermost thoughts, feelings, and emotions. With each brush stroke and palette knife stroke, I felt a sense of release, a sense of liberation from the shackles of self-doubt and insecurity. Through art, I found solace, and through art, I found healing. But my journey didn't end there. As I delved deeper into the creative process, something remarkable began to happen. I started to unravel layers of my own psyche, confronting long-buried traumas and embracing the full spectrum of my humanity. Through creativity, I found the courage to confront my fears, confront my doubts, and to confront my own sense of self-worth. It was a journey of self-discovery, a journey of reclaiming my voice, my identity, and my power as a woman. As I stood before my canvases, I realized that creativity wasn't just a means of self-expression. It was a tool for empowerment, a catalyst for change, and a pathway to leadership. You see, when we embrace our creativity, we tap into a wellspring of infinite possibilities. We unleash our innate potential, cultivate resilience, and inspire others to do the same. Creativity becomes not just a personal endeavor, but a force for collective transformation. When we have full access to our brain through the power of true and profound healing, the creative process itself becomes the healing. We need creativity both to heal, and only by healing can we have full access to it. Creativity is thus both the driver and the vehicle for our potential. The imagination in which we create our artistic visions becomes the tapestry of the world we wish to create just by our pure desires and values. When we are creators, which we all are, we become conscious to the power we innately have to co-create the reality around us. It isn't just in some of us as self-proclaimed artists, it is in all of us, and we have the power to truly be the change that we wish to see in the world. Imagine a world where we knew all our power as creators. Imagine a world where we taught children to be creative, stay creative, and use it as a means to navigate the world around us and affect it with the purity of our imaginations and our pure intentions. Just imagine for a minute what that would look like. As I share with you today, I'm reminded of the words of Anais Nin, and the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom. My fellow creators, it is high time for us to embrace the transformative power of creativity. Let us allow it to reclaim our narratives, heal from our past wounds, and step into our power with confidence. For in creativity lies the promise of a brighter future, and a future where empowered women can change the world for good. Thank you.
Thank you, Lauren. That was beautiful. Questions, anyone? No? Well, but I'm also curious to learn from you. Who were the women who inspired you on the way to become who you are today?
Thank you. In the professional world, I was very touched by Carolyn Miss as a healer and energetic medicine practitioner. Christiane Northrup was one of my inspirations as a doctor and another female leader. And then on a personal level, just friends who are true champions for the feminine. Ivana, you've been amazing inspiration for the time that we've known each other. Family members, just anybody who's really, of course, women who just really strive to make a difference, and the women who are champions for each other. Though, I mean, everyone who's been a part of that movement has been a true inspiration to me.